Welcome to Move with Maegen. I'm Dr. Maegen Brady, physical therapist, and this evening you can join from wherever you are sitting. We'll be doing a very simple sequence to help move through the upper back and the neck, and you can do this right at your computer desk or on the couch. Any comfortable seat that you want to take. We'll be doing this sequence in a seated position. So I invite you to get comfortable and we'll get started. We'll begin with a little bit of deep breathing. So I'd invite you to put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. From our spinal mobility sequence this last Wednesday, we did some 3-part breathing. So we'll start with some of that. First, breathing into the upper part of the chest, then into the diaphragm, and then into the belly. So first we'll start by inhaling in through the nose into the upper chest, and then exhaling through the mouth or nose out, letting the chest retreat. Now moving down a little bit to the diaphragm, the lower part of the lungs, inhaling through the nose, feeling the rib cage expand, and then as you exhale, feeling the rib cage retreat back. The last part is breathing into the belly or the belly button. So nice inhale deep into the belly. Feeling that hand on the belly button expand outwards, and then exhale through the mouth or nose. Feel the belly come back to rest. We'll do that twice more through. So inhaling into the upper chest. Feeling your collarbone expand, some of the muscles around the neck move. And then as you exhale, feel the chest retreat. Then inhaling into the diaphragm, that muscle, that rubber band that runs right underneath the lungs. As it drops down to inhale, and then as we exhale, that diaphragm comes back up and retreats. Then into the belly. And release. So we'll do one more time through, breathing, setting ourselves up. So inhaling to the upper chest. Exhaling out. Next, inhaling to the diaphragm. Exhaling out. Feeling the ribs move as we breathe into the belly. Last one. And exhale out fully. So breathing gets us focused in our body. It also helps us to kind of focus on our posture and sitting up straight without moving through the whole hips and low back. We're kind of just thinking about stacking the low part of our spine over our pelvis right here. So we're not leaning forward over the keyboard. We're not slouching back on the couch, just finding a comfortable place where you feel the low part of your back stacked over your hips. We'll move now right between the shoulder blades. So with some of the breathing, we worked on our ribs kind of flaring out like the handles of a bucket and then coming back in. Now our mid-back has a lot to do with that. So the first exercise we'll do are some really gentle shoulder blade squeezes or shoulder rolls. So when you inhale, the shoulders naturally come up towards the ears a little bit, and then as you exhale, intentionally squeeze them back like you're pinching a pencil between the shoulder blades, and then plug the shoulder blades down the spine towards your hips. So the inhale, the ears naturally float up. You're not forcing them up, but coming up. Exhale, pinch the shoulder blades back, and continue to breathe out as you bring them down. So it's kind of a little bit of a loop of the shoulder blades. We're not rolling them forward, but we're more so focusing on coming back. So let's start with about 10 of those. Inhaling up, exhaling, shoulders back and down. So never forcing it, just inhaling, allowing the shoulder blades to come up, exhaling, just engaging some of those muscles between the shoulder blades, and then some of the lower shoulder blade muscles to pull them down. So as we inhale and exhale, breathe in So we'll do a few more of these. Shoulder blade squeezes are so good for building strength right between your shoulder blades, your mid-back, and also helpful for kind of opening up through the chest, right? We're working kind of in that opposite direction. If you spend time at your computer or driving, we spend a lot of time forwards with our arms, our rib cage coming forwards, and now it's really all about pulling them back and down. So let's do about 2 more of these. And last one. Nice. So we've set ourselves up with a good foundation. We have kind of that stacked spine from the hips upwards. We have kind of our shoulder blades pulled back and down a little bit. We'll move to the neck. So the first motion of the neck is going to be looking down, bringing your chin down towards your chest. Pause. And then inhale as you come back to the middle. Just take a moment to pause. And then if you feel comfortable going up towards the ceiling, gently go in that direction. Pause. And then come back to the middle. Great. So again, we'll go gently down, chin towards chest. Pause. Inhale as you come back to the middle at neutral. And then breathe as you gently look up just as far as you feel comfortable. Pause and come back to the middle. Again, never any pain with these, nor dizziness, nor lightheadedness. We don't want any of that. So really just working in a pain-free, comfortable range. We'll do about 10 or so in each direction. So gently down towards the chest. Pause. Back to the middle. Feel that moment of allowing your head to really lengthen towards the ceiling before gently looking up. And slowly coming back to the middle. And it's all about control, right? It's never about going fast or as far as you can, but controlling that motion down towards your chest. Inhale to the middle. And gently looking up, lengthening through the throat. And back to the middle. So right now, as we look down towards the chest, we're allowing our head, the weight of gravity to take our head forward. We're kind of stretching those muscles in our upper neck, upper back. And then as we come back to the middle, or as we look up towards the ceiling, we're kind of contracting both of those muscles on the sides of the neck, the upper trap muscles, and back to the middle. So we'll do a few more each direction, slowly looking down. Taking that healthy pause, that inhale to the middle, and slowly looking up. It's all about isolating the neck here. It's easy sometimes to kind of, roll the shoulders or roll the chest forward as you bring your chin down towards your chest, just the chin, back to the middle. And the same thing, it could be easy to try to extend through the whole back, but see if you can't keep the back straight as you slowly look up, kind of lengthening through the front of the neck and back to the middle. We'll do 1 more each direction for good luck here. Chin towards the chest and looking up. And back to neutral. Kind of an empowering one to start with. That's kind of the nod, the yes please, affirmative. Next, we're going to take it to turning. So we're going to be kind of rotating the head in one direction, turning over one shoulder, pause, and then inhale as you come back to the middle. And then we're going to rotate the head to look over the opposite shoulder. Pause, and back to the middle. So with turning, again, it could be easy to want to turn the whole body or turn the whole shoulders. If we want to really just work on the neck here, we'll move just the neck, turning to look over one shoulder. Pause. Inhale as you come back to the middle. Unwind. Again, allow your spine to really straighten towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, gently rinsing the neck in one direction. And inhale to the middle. So we'll do a few more of these in each direction. See if you can't use your eyes to help yourself focus on a spot from front to side. So as you inhale to the middle, use your eyes to help you back to the middle, intentionally and purposefully using your vision. Like you're following the ocean, the skyline kind of going in one direction, using your eyes to help you there. And then inhale to the middle. And using the eyes are going to help us to avoid, kind of compensating by tilting up one direction or letting the head fall down. By kind of imagining the horizon here, we're keeping a nice level head as we turn to one direction, always in a pain-free range, right? Little pause, and then inhale back to the middle. Now to the other side. Pause, and back to the middle. And we'll do one more each direction. With most of these, as you work your way into it, you might find, the left is different from the right. That's totally normal. Or even number 1 on the repetitions might be a lot different from, number 3, 4, 5, or 10. Things might loosen up as you get moving. So always be gentle with yourself and really work into these slowly. Rotations are another really great thing to do in the car. If you're stopped at a stoplight or a stop sign, you should be checking the surroundings anyway, so why not fit in a little bit of your neck mobility during that time anyway. The next thing we're going to be doing is a little bit of tilting. So we're going to gently tilt one ear down to the shoulder, pause, and then inhale to the middle, and tilt the opposite ear down to the opposite shoulder, and pause. Inhale back to the middle, and switching. So the easy thing to do here is tilt the whole shoulders, or kind of tilt the whole body as you come to the middle, and as you really lengthen, that key is that length through the spine, imagining space between the vertebrae, straight shoulders. As you tilt to the opposite side, you're really just allowing the neck to either do the work or to get the stretch, depending on what side you're going towards. By moving a little bit here, again, side to side, pain-free range, and using your breath as you inhale to the middle, we're not just strengthening, but we're also stretching the muscles around the area. The muscles that we use going forwards and backwards in conjunction, one is kind of working here, the side that you're tilting towards, and then one is kind of stretching the side that you're tilting away from. So one muscle gets a little different actions with both motions here. Good stuff, right? You gotta kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We're all busy. Let's do maybe one more each direction. Inhale to the middle, exhale to the side, inhale to the middle, and last one, little exhale. Nice. So the last motion in the neck is very unique to the neck because we do forwards, backwards, turning to pay attention to different things. We tilt our head side to side. Our neck also goes forwards in those similar positions we talked about earlier, driving, computer use. And the neck can also go backwards. So this chin tuck exercise, I liken it to if someone in front of you had bad breath and you want to back away from that person, that's all you're doing is just a little tuck backwards. And it's not a big motion. I'll show it from the side. It's not like looking down or looking up. It's really just bringing your ears in line with your shoulder and just that little bit of a tuck backwards. And we don't have to force it forwards. We really are just kind of coming from neutral to little tuck of the spine. So we'll do maybe 4 or 5 more of those little chin tucks, going straight back, forwards, like you're coming straight out of, if you were in a box in front of you, you're moving out of that box. I've also had patients joke and tell me that I feel like a chicken when I do this. So you can kind of pretend the birds have it right here. They know how to keep good care of their spine. We'll do one more. And relax. I can almost promise you that doing a few of those each day will help you to be more aware of your posture. So even if it's one, when you're making your coffee or waiting for your tea to boil, just taking a few little chin tucks will help to remind you how to align your head over your shoulders. That is a great underrated exercise, the chin tucks. So we've gone forwards, backwards, side to side turning, tilting, and going backwards. We've covered most of the major motions in the neck. A lot of my patients ask me about stretches they can do for their neck to help them feel better in the short term. The long-term solution for, muscle knots or tension is really to build strength. We'll be doing a future session on building more strength around the shoulders and the neck. But for the short term, doing things like heat, ice, massage, rolling with a ball or a foam roller, and stretching can be a great way to relieve pain and just to lengthen the spine and the muscles in the short term. So one we can start with is just like the tilt, same exact setup, but right now we're going to hold it for 30 seconds. So if you haven't, set yourself up, get really nice and tall, square your shoulders, maybe hold on to the chair if that helps you to kind of square the shoulders. Inhale to get tall, and rooting through the shoulders, keeping them kind of straight. You're going to tilt the ear down to the side, and right here, we're going to be here for about 30 seconds. So don't worry, I've got my little stopwatch on. And it takes about 4 or 5 deep breaths for 30 seconds to go by. So inhaling, imagine your spine lengthening from your hips all the way up to the crown of your head. And exhale, imagine your ear coming a little closer to your shoulder, never forcing it, just letting gravity do the work. Inhales to lengthen. Exhale, see where you can't release a little bit more. Inhales to get tall. Exhales to let go of the shoulders a little bit more. So we'll do one more breath cycle in and out. And inhale back to the middle, unwinding up. Take a moment here, and then we're going to be switching to the other side. So inhale to get tall, lengthen, and then exhale, gently tilt the opposite ear to the opposite shoulder. 30 seconds here. Inhales to get tall, lengthen through the spine. Exhales to gently release. Inhales, imagining space through the side of your neck. Exhale, imagine your shoulder blade, your shoulder gently melting down towards the ground a little farther. So we'll do one more full breath cycle in. And one more out to release fully. And then inhale to come back to the middle. Nice. Take a moment here, a few little shoulder rolls. Sometimes it's nice to kind of swallow in between. Our muscles and areas that we eat and swallow through just become stretched a little bit. So always make sure that you are breathing. You're able to breathe while you're doing these things. If you can't breathe or you're feeling pain, it probably means you're going too far and need to back off. If you still have pain or any tingling or numbness, definitely contact your local physical therapist so you can talk about ways to modify and change. But I have 2 more modifications on stretches to do. The second is going to be a tilt with a little bit of a turn. So it's the same setup. You're going to be tilting the ear down to one shoulder, but instead of looking straight, you're going to just take your vision and turn your head up to the opposite direction. So you're going to be tilting to one direction, turn to the other. So inhale to get tall first, and then exhale, gently drop one ear down to one shoulder. Now look up a little bit towards, a little higher on the wall, maybe the crease of where the wall meets the ceiling, in a comfortable place for 30 seconds. So inhale to the front of the neck as you lengthen through your spine. Exhale, allow your shoulders to melt down towards the ground. We'll do 2 or 3 more breaths in and out. One more full breath cycle in and out. Use your inhale to slowly unwind out of the position, focusing your eyes straight forward for a moment to resettle the body. Our eyes and our neck really play with each other so much that it's great to be really mindful of where you're looking, to put your focus on one area. The nice thing about stretching too is you don't have to be thinking about the laundry or dinner, anything you're doing later. You're really just focused on your body and your muscles for these few moments here we have left. We're going to be taking it to the other side, so tilting your opposite ear to the opposite shoulder and then gently turning up to the other direction. We'll take 4 or 5 deep breaths in and out. Inhales to lengthen. Exhales to release. 2 more breath cycles in and out. 1 more inhale and full exhale. Inhale to unwind back to the middle, focusing your gaze forward. Nice. So the last one we do for a stretch is going to be gently looking down towards your opposite armpit. So your vision is going to be kind of looking down in that direction and holding for 30 seconds. So finding the lower part of the arm, gently allowing your head to drop forward, looking down towards your opposite armpit. We'll take 30 seconds here. So inhale, still lengthening from your hips through your shoulder blades all the way up to the head. Inhale. Exhale, imagine your head gently dropping forward a little bit farther. 2 or 3 more breath cycles in and out. Inhales find length through the spine. Exhales find a little bit more release. 1 more breath cycle in and out. Inhales to unwind, slowly coming back up, focusing your vision forward for a moment. You may feel that down into the mid-back or the shoulder blade because that's part of the muscle that we're working. Sometimes with all of our activities, we get kind of locked tight into these, so just allowing a little bit of length through the entire spine as you stretch, but particularly from the shoulder blade to the neck. We're going to take it to the opposite side, so looking down towards the opposite armpit. Again, lengthen through the rest of the body first, and then exhale as you look down towards the other arm. 4 or 5 deep breaths in and out. Inhales and exhales. 2 or 3 more in and out, allowing the head to drop. 1 more breath cycle in and to fully release, exhale, allowing the shoulder blade to drop. Before you inhale, unwind, come back to the middle, maybe take a few shoulder blade rolls or whatever we did that felt good. If you want to revisit anything right now, if you want to, do a little chin tuck to reset, or maybe a little bit of, some people like to combine certain motions. I really like to show, and I'm so excited to bring to everyone tonight these few motions, because sometimes breaking it down and just allowing the muscles in an isolated way to work on their own can help them to work all together when you need them most during your day. I hope that you can take some of these motions and incorporate them into your routine, whether it's some turns during your drive at a stop sign, maybe some chin tucks at a stop light, and maybe some gentle neck stretching after you come in for a walk or you're waiting for something to cook. It can all be part of your regular self-care routine. Tune in to a future session. We'll focus a little bit more on strengthening and creating endurance, stability, and strength and support for the neck, the shoulders, the mid-back as well. As always, thank you so much for joining us here at Move with Maegen. I'm Dr. Maegen Brady, and we hope to see you again in the future.